Bates.
Here.
Councilwoman Biggs.
Here.
Councilman Smith. Absent. Councilman Williams.
Here.
All right, we'll move along to consideration of the minutes. You have the minutes before you. Everything looked in order to me.
Need to know that the city attorney's not present on the record.
We'll make it known Attorney Winkler is absent tonight. He has another commitment come up.
Make a motion, minutes stand as read.
We don't have to have a motion, but if
Okay.
nobody's got any additions or corrections, we'll move that their minutes stand approved as read. We'll move along to the police report. Chief Hunt.
You know, several citations, probably 500 this month. There's about 80 something actually paid off. Been around some review. Also, I've got, I sent around this, application earlier to let, council members look at it. I recommend that, hire that applicant for the community oriented police officer.
Yeah, that was the one that was funded by a grant, 66% for 3 years.
We have to budget 13 for the next 3 years for it.
Cost us $13,000 for another officer for 3 years. This officer will focus on community relations, ball games, just businesses, any events that we have, Halloween bash, things like that. I'll need that in the form of a motion, if you guys so move.
So moved.
Got a motion to hire the applicant, per chief's recommendation. Is there a second? Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If not, we'll get a roll call vote. I thought you got notes. I was gonna give you time.
Vice Mayor Prophet.
Yes.
Councilman Bates.
Yes.
Councilwoman Biggs.
Yes.
Councilman Smith. Absent. Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes. You got anything else, chief?
Yes, sir.
What is the ordinance citation?
Ordinance citation is the parking tickets.
Oh, okay.
Any of the ordinances, the dog citation.
Oh, okay.
Anything that we got as a city ordinance.
I want for sure. I know the parking citations was on there,
Yes, that is ordinance citation. Whenever I was told.
and they still park.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we've had any repeat offenders, but they keep coming, so.
Some, they just have a particular months or whatever during the storms or something, they go off more than normal. Sometimes people just actually hit buttons and stuff like that, so they're not a large amount. They help. About $6 a month.
Any other
As far
questions?
as house alarms, it's real low.
Any other questions for Chief Hunt? If not, Chief LaFever and the fire report.
I don't have anything, I shall have any questions.
I think everything's running pretty good right now. All right, we'll move along to financial statements.
You should have them there if anybody's got any questions, let me know.
Any questions over financials? Move along on city recorder report. Shannon, you got anything?
I don't have anything.
I don't even,
I think everything's moving along smoothly. Great addition to the staff, and she's catching on pretty quick. Sometimes a little quicker than I like her to, but she pushes us pretty hard. All right, we'll move along to new business. First item is consideration of ordinance 2022-04-11-M1. It is the second reading on the mixed residential commercial zoning ordinance update. I will let you know, during the last planning commission meeting, we read on this last month. We had a planning commission meeting at the end of the month. The only thing changed, there was some punctuation errors in that. Of course, I didn't catch that, but Kevin Young had pointed that out. That's the only change in that, was some punctuation. That's pretty much it, wasn't it, Shannon? Other than that, nothing has changed. We had the public hearing on it earlier tonight, had no public comments. So I would entertain a motion to pass this ordinance on second reading for the mixed residential commercial zoning ordinance update.
Need a motion?
Yes. Got a motion, I need a second.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion over this ordinance? If not, we'll go to a roll call.
Vice Mayor Prophet,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Biggs,
Yes.
Councilman Smith, absent, Councilman Williams.
Yes.
All right, thank you, guys. The next one's consideration of ordinance 2022-05-09-3. This is the bed and breakfast, short-term rental properties, first reading. We didn't have anything in our ordinance that regulated short-term rentals and the bed and breakfast part of it. You can ask Charlie, we've been working on this, a couple of years now? It's been a while. We finally honed in on it. This does come with the planning commission's approval. So we are the next step with that. There is a copy in here. We will have a public hearing next month and the second reading on that also. So if you have any questions, there's still time to come back. It pretty much lays it all out in the ordinance. It's not too hard to understand. And that coming from me is it's pretty simple if I can understand it. So I would entertain a motion to adopt this ordinance on first reading.
Make a motion.
Is there a second? Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? If none, we'll have a roll call.
Vice Mayor Prophet,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Biggs,
Yes.
Councilman Smith, absent, Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you, guys. I don't know if we've ever done 4 ordinances in one night. The next agenda item is consideration of ordinance 2022-05-09. This is fiscal 2022-23 annual budget pass on the first reading. We had the workshop earlier tonight. Of course, we will have a public hearing and also a second reading on this. So if you have any questions about what we laid out before you guys earlier tonight, feel free to let us know. But I would entertain a motion to pass this ordinance on the first reading tonight.
Make a motion.
Is there a second?
So moved.
Motion made and seconded. Any question?
Where's this at exactly?
This budget,
No, the location, 31 Travel Ferry.
that's next one.
all the budget ordinance right now.
This is the third one that we're doing.
It's stuck, yeah. I'm sorry.
You had me thrown off for a minute. Motion made, seconded. Any comments or questions? If none, we'll roll call.
Vice Mayor Prophet,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bates, Councilwoman Biggs,
Yes.
Councilman Smith, absent, Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Danny, you gonna introduce this next one? Okay, the next one, consideration of ordinance 2022-05-09-2. This is the Trousdale Ferry property, rezoning Trousdale Ferry Pike property from R1 to R2. This is on the first reading. This is what's known as Crow's Hill, Crow Preston Place.
Okay.
It's what Daniel Siemens is here to answer any questions. I have a map here. This is actually a plat that they've got, and what it's doing, what you see there now is in this section here. What he's looking, or what they're looking at doing is taking the other 105, or 100 acres, 100.5 acres, and going R2, which is a high density to that. Not sure that there's a plan on that right now, Daniel, correct? It's just letting these people know that when they purchase these houses, there may be apartments or townhomes or something in this, so it's not a shock.
Will that be connected to Holy Road on the backside or?
Not right now. I know that, the developers have looked into buying some other property or exploring some options to that. That would come up and butt up against, Larry Preston's place and Jason Montgomery's and,
Okay.
Miss Vance's. So it's pretty close.
All
It's
right.
really close. Anybody have any questions, any other questions over that while we've got Daniel here? It's pretty simple. This also comes, from the planning commission, so.
An electronic copy of that?
Yes, I do, yes. So the planning commission has looked at it and passed it on to us for action on that. If there's nothing on that, I would entertain a motion that we adopt this ordinance on first reading.
So moved.
Motion made, and is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If none, we'll have a roll call.
Vice Mayor Prophet,
Yes.
Councilwoman Bates,
Yes.
Councilwoman Biggs,
Yes.
Councilman Smith, absent, Councilman Williams.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you, guys. Is there any other new business that's not on the agenda for tonight?
Ask something before we adjourn.
Okay. We'll do it now.
I can. I just need to know if y'all wanna have another budget workshop, or if you're good.
I'm good.
Everybody good? All right.
As soon as I get those numbers on those things we discussed, I'll get them out to you as soon as he turns them to me on that budget.
I got one thing to say.
No.
It's nothing really pertaining, but I want to thank the mayor and all the Kansas City employees for helping us on the day on all that traffic. We had every employee out there and trying to direct that mess of traffic we had on the interstate during that horrendous crash. So I want to thank all the city employees who done that.
We called in everybody we could call in, and it wasn't enough. It was just a bad deal, and we just had to deal with it, so.
That was a lot of traffic,
Mm.
more than I've ever seen to go on any wreck.
Yeah, it's the worst one since I've been here. I've been here a while, I've seen a few of them, it's the worst one I've seen.
That's all.
We'll move along to old business. The speed limit signs are up. Some of them didn't stay up very long, some of them got mowed over pretty quick. We've got them back up though, so you notice around town, there is some new speed limits. Councilwoman Biggs. I will give an update on the playground. The contractors brought down their equipment, Wednesday or Thursday last week. They've got their Bobcat and their trailer down there. We're expecting it today, tomorrow, the next day, so it should be delivered. He said if he could get 3 or 4 days of good weather, that he'd be done with his part. So hopefully in the next, I'm gonna say next 2 weeks, our park equipment should be up and going. So of course, we've got to mulch it when they get done and do some other odd and end things. But we're anxious to get that going. I don't have any other old business. Anybody have any old business? If not, there is no audit committee tonight. Anybody else got anything?
No, sir.
I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Is there a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion adjourned. Thank you, guys.
19 minutes.